Apart from local Indonesian ghosts such as pocong, genderuwo, and kuntilanak, there are a number of legendary but little-known local ghosts who have interesting stories and make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Local Indonesian ghosts have become part of mystical stories and reflect the rich culture of its people. As in other countries, the existence of local Indonesian ghosts and mystical stories have become part of everyday life, giving a unique color and nuance to local culture and traditions. The concept of local Indonesian mysticism and ghosts is not just a myth or legend. Often, mystical things are part of traditional beliefs and practices. From ancient to modern times, stories about magicians, shamans, and astral creatures have been part of people's beliefs. The following are local Indonesian ghosts and their stories summarized from various sources. Number 1. Kuntilanak. Kuntilanak is one of Indonesia's most famous local ghosts. Its appearance is often identified with the sound of women giggling or crying. Believed to be the spirit of a woman who died while pregnant, kuntilanak is known to disturb pregnant women and babies. In Malay folklore, she is described as a beautiful woman with long hair and fragrant aroma like frangipani flowers. Kuntilanak is said to often be around certain trees, such as banyan trees in quiet places, creating spooky atmosphere that is legendary in Indonesian culture. Number 2. Sundel Bolong. Sundel Bolong is one of the famous female ghosts in Indonesia, known for having a hole in its back. Sundel Bolong is believed to have suffered a tragic fate because she was raped and died before giving birth. Her mind was said to wander after her death. According to legend, the child she was carrying also turned into a ghost named Tuyul. Sundel Bolong is a symbol of suffering of women who experience violence and tragedy in their lives, adding a layer of depth to Indonesian mystical stories. Number 3. Tuyul. Tuyul is a small ghost who is believed to be the child of the Sundel Bolong, or sometimes referred to as the child of someone who experienced a miscarriage or abortion. Therefore, they are very small and short. Tuyul is believed to have the ability to produce money or pesugihan, making it an interesting creature in Indonesian mystical stories. Number 4. Pocong. Pocong is a famous local Indonesian ghost and is often associated with shrouds. It is believed that the pocong is the spirit of the dead person who was mutilated, but the shroud was not untied after the tomb was closed. They wandered around asking for the shroud to be opened. It is believed that the pocong is the spirit of the dead person who was mutilated, but the shroud was not untied after the tomb was closed. They wandered around asking for the shroud to be opened. Descriptions of the pocong's appearance vary, from the flat face without eyes, nose, and mouth, to some saying that her eyes and nose are still filled with cotton, or that her face looks burned. Number 5. Genderuwo. Genderuwo is one of the famous local ghosts in Indonesia, which come from Persian mythology called Gandarewa. This creature is described as having a large, hairy body with long fangs sticking out of its mouth. Genderuwo is often found in old buildings, large trees, dense areas, and forests. Many believe that genderuwo is the spirit of a man who died unnaturally. Its eeriness makes it one of the scary and interesting ghosts in Indonesian mystical stories. Number 6. Wewe Gombel. Wewe Gombel is a local Indonesian ghost often used by parents to scare their children from going out at sunset. It is believed that these spirits have a tendency to like small children, so the stories of Wewe Gombel are not unfamiliar. For small children who are not afraid, Wewe Gombel can appear as a beautiful woman who invites children to her house. This adds an interesting dimension to mystical Indonesian stories where fear and fascination coexist. Number 7. Kuyang. Kuyang is a local Indonesian ghost originating from East Kalimantan and has become a hot topic in Indonesian culture. The ghost is described as a long-haired woman without body, only having a head and internal organs. Local residents believe that Kuyang is a demon who thirsts for blood, especially the blood of babies and pregnant women. According to popular stories, Kuyang was actually a human who sought black magic. To achieve their goals, they set their human form at night and turn into a kuyang. The more blood they drink, the higher the level of magic they master. Kuyang's existence adds color and depth to Indonesia's mystical stories, enriching the cultural heritage rich in legends and myth. Number 8. Leak. Leak is a local Indonesian ghost who is famous in Balinese folklore. In Balinese, Le means witch and Ax means evil, so Leak is described as an evil witch. These ghosts are only visible to shamans at night, while during the day they appear like ordinary humans. It is believed that Leak often goes to cemeteries to harvest organs from corpses to use as a magic potions. Some beliefs say that a special potion can change Leak into an animal form. Number 9. Orang Pote. Orang Pote is a spirit creature that is very famous and appeared on Bawean Island, East Java. Its form is white-skinned ghost like scarves and resembles a human. Local people avoid it because it is believed to bring bad luck or disaster. In fact, not only people who see it will be struck by disaster, but also people around them can be affected by it, such as strange illnesses, business failure, or even sudden death. To avoid this, people perform certain rituals or close their houses when night falls. The existence of Orang Pote adds a spooky color to the local mythology and beliefs on Bawean Island, creating an atmosphere that is scarier than a horror film. Number 10. Jerangkong. Jerangkong is a local Indonesian ghost that looks like a walking skull. Different from the mystical game Jerangkong, this Jerangkong is believed to originate from Java. It is said that this ghost really likes chicken eggs, so it often appears around chicken coops in quiet areas. Its presence is indicated by the sound that birds rattling, and when it appears, you will often see smoke coming from inside the grave. The existence of the skeleton adds a mystical feel to local Indonesian mythology, creating an eerie atmosphere around the quiet area. Number 11. Suwangi. Suwangi is a famous ghost in Papua and Maluku who is believed to be the incarnation of a witch or shaman who has high levels of black magic. Suwangi is believed to be able to transform into a beautiful woman who attacks trapped living men and eats their vital organs. This ghost usually appears at night and is often seen as a fireball flying over the victim's house. The existence of Suwangi adds a sinister color to the mythology and beliefs of the people in Papua and Maluku. Number 12. Begu Ganjang. Begu Ganjang is a local ghost in the North Sumatra region, which is famous for being scary, especially among the Tapanuli people. His name, when translated into Indonesian, means long ghost, describing his tall, slender man-like body. In the beliefs of the Tapanuli people, Begu Ganjang is often blamed if a mysterious death occurs. Its existence adds a mystical nuance to local culture and beliefs in North Sumatra, emphasizing how rich and varied ghost mythology is in Indonesia. Number 13. Banaspati. Banaspati is a local ghost in Central Java, which may not be very well known because it only exists in certain areas. However, Central Java residents are usually familiar with its existence. Banaspati is a ball shape with a burning fire which can burn and suck human blood. In folklore, Banaspati is believed to be the embodiment of humans who study high levels of black magic. When the person died, he turned into Banaspati. The ghost has negative qualities and should be avoided. To survive its attacks, people had to immediately flee and throw themselves into the river. The existence of Banaspati adds a mystical dimension to the beliefs of the people of Central Java, creating an eerie atmosphere around the area. Number 14. Antu Banyu. Antu Banyu is a local ghost in South Sumatra who lives in Musi River and Muara Dua. Her figure is still mysterious, but it is said to be a long-haired woman with a very heavy body. Legend says that the ship that Antu Banyu is on always sinks, and people who board the ships will be killed and eaten by the ghost. The bodies found usually have holes in the ground and back. Antu Banyu is a terrifying urban legend that will be interesting to make into a film. Its existence adds a mystical aura to the beliefs of the people of the South Sumatra. Number 15. Mariaban. Mariaban is a ghost or demon known to live in the interior of Kalimantan. This creature has a large body and is covered with dense fur. Kalimantan people sometimes hunt Mariaban to take its fur and oil. It is said that the feathers and oil were used to make pellets for the desired woman. Mariabans likes to drink blood and usually attacks humans who are alone in the forest. They will kill the victim by sucking all the blood. Mariabans' existence adds an element of tension and darkness to the local mythology of Kalimantan.